A steadfast sci-fi and fantasy geek, A.F. Stewart was born and raised in Nova Scotia, Canada, and still calls it home. She favors the dark and deadly when writing, and as an indie author, she's published novels, novellas, and short story collections with a few side trips into poetry. Anita, take it away.
Okay, hi. I'll be reading from the short story, The Cold, Dark Heart of the Forest, from Visions and Nightmares. It peered into the shroud of night, its yellow eyes staring through an infinity of inky black. It discerned shadows and silhouettes cast by the hinterland forest, fluttering against a blanketing cover of winter. The wind blew across its back, but it felt no cold. It smiled and slavered its jaws, its fetid breath puffed chalky vapor. With every gnash of its bloody, jagged teeth, wheezing pants kept rhythm with a growling stomach. It shifted position, crouched on its skeletal thin haunches, and sniffed the air. The other was here as well, in the wind. Yes, I am here. The cycle begins again. It thrashed its head and scrabbled at the snowy ground. An eager growl rumbled in the back of its throat. Time to hunt. The wind nibbled at her skin, bitter and frosty, even through her parka and scarf. Olivia wanted to be back in the tent, relatively warm and asleep. Or better yet, at home, drinking beer and watching the hockey game. Not traipsing through the North Canadian woods on a winter night because her partner heard something and needed to check on the equipment. Of course, it was her fault. She volunteered to emulate a popsicle while babysitting climate monitors. She knew the environmental research project was important, but still. Olivia shook her head. Too late for wishes. The flashlight beam wavered as she stomped her feet and rubbed her gloved hands together. Are you finished yet? I'm freezing my butt off, Noah. Just a minute. The echo of his voice drifted, mixing with the swish of the breeze tickling the ice in the treetops. Yeah, they're fine. We're good, Liv. Great. I told you we had nothing to worry about. In the flashlight's glow, she watched Noah's dim outline as he straightened and saw his familiar smile as he turned to her. Better safe than sorry. Please, it's just you obsessing. Now, if you're done with your paranoia over the sensors, can we get our butts back into the tent before icicles start forming in the wrong places? I'm sure I could find ways to warm you up. Noah smirked suggestively into the flashlight beam. In your dreams. Now, come on. Noah chuckled as he joined her, and they started to trudge back to their camp. You know I don't know why I put up with you. Olivia gave him a friendly nudge. Because you secretly love me, that's why. Olivia huffed and laughed. Inside, she cringed, the casual remark hitting closer to home than she cared to admit. She peeked at Noah in a sideways glance, but his attention had turned to the sky. Noah slowed his pace. Hey, is it getting lighter? Yeah, I think it is. The beam of Olivia's flashlight grew dim, barely noticeable. What the? The night erupted into brilliance. Streamers of emerald light tinged in violet illuminated the ebon sky, streaking upward in circular sheets of ghostly radiance. The painted luminosity danced, a writhing, waltzing spectacle of fiery electric particles. The northern lights! A shout of glee came from Noah. I don't believe it! Olivia didn't speak as she gazed upward in awe. A tiny cold snowflake landed on her nose, and then another, as a light snowfall descended from the glowing heavens. Olivia stuck out her tongue, as she had when she was a girl. She giggled. This is great! Noah whirled around, doing a lopsided jig. I've always dreamed of seeing them. I know. Olivia rolled her eyes. One of your many obsessions. Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. Really? For a scientist, sometimes you're a bit of a flake. Your ramblings include the northern lights, black holes, parallel universe theory, native mythology, cryptozoology, alien life. Okay, you made your point. I have a lot of freaky interests. You gotta admit it, though. The aurora is cool. Look at it. Yeah, it's so lovely. Once in a lifetime. That's right. We have to record this. Come on, we have to get back to camp. Get the camera. Take some pictures. Video. Olivia snapped into research mode as Noah grabbed her arm. Right. We should document this for... What the blazes? Noah, where's the path? It's gone. Huh? What do you mean? It's right over. His words trailed off into the falling snow. A sheen of translucent light barred the way forward. A gleaming, shimmering curtain of energy snaked through the trees, blocking their path. What is that? Noah stood motionless, his mouth agape. I don't know. Olivia heard the trace of fear in her own whisper. I've seen nothing like that before. Maybe an electromagnetic phenomenon? Noah turned to her and grinned. She saw he was loving this. Maybe it's aliens. He wiggled his eyebrows in that annoying way she hated. Or a parallel universe. Stop it. Be serious. What are we going to do about this? How are we going to get past it, back to camp? Always so practical. Loosen up. Why would you want to go back to camp? This is an adventure, an undocumented phenomenon. Look at it. Noah waved his hand and tilted his head toward the spectacle, staring. His body shuddered. Look at it. His voice softened, almost at monotone. It's beautiful. A prickle ran down Olivia's neck. Noah, you okay? He didn't answer her question but kept staring. He reminded Olivia of a statue. It's so beautiful. He moved a few steps forward. So beautiful. So beautiful. His voice drifted, taking on a dreamy tone. Pulsing, shifting. It's like it's calling to us. He took another step forward. Can you hear it, Liv? Like a melody in light, a siren song. Noah, what are you babbling about? Noah? Noah ignored her and scuttled forward, getting closer to the phenomenon. It's waiting, Liv. Waiting for us. His fingers reached out until they were only centimeters away from the barrier. Okay, and that's the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for listening. And Visions and Nightmares is up for the giveaway, so be sure to sign up. Thank you.